Greetings and welcome, citizen, for today's session of Crisis of the Empire, where we will pick up where we left off last time. Hope you have been looking forward to it. I, as always, your host, looking forward to spoil you with today's session as we will continue on, but for either glory or despair. Stay tuned as we will be starting here in a few moments. We are live.
Well.
You'll.
I shall do recap.
You will do today's recap. Roger that.
Yes. After fighting quite a bold battle and managing to take down more or less of the forces that attacked us, we took the one who bared the golem as a hostage, and we managed to travel all the way down here after dealing with a very, very angry sorceress who was reasonably pissed off after her village got massacred. It is short but sweet, and that is the end of it. In my intro. Also, do keep in mind I did have to leave an hour early, so.
Inspiration point earned.
Oh, thank you.
But you are sitting here in a small common room would be the best descriptor of it. As you seem gathered around
Spooky music, maybe.
The lady just quickly puts on her clothes and heads to the main room where everyone's at.
Mm-hmm.
but you also see your newest companion sitting with you.
And there. Again. She slightly bows to Minx.
apparently the player is a little bit delayed.
It happens.
She will return the courtesy.
Oh, lady.
But you also see Lady Vita standing by the fire looking into it. Her hands interlinked in front of her as she looks into the fire.
Is something the matter?
Not really.
I'm at.
Just wanting to wait for all of you together, so I can present you with the customary of a little wine, a little bread, and a little salt.
I mean, I think we're all gathered. It's just Cassia we're waiting for.
Look down on it too soon. She seemed to be enjoying her bath.
Let her. There is no rush at all.
Leave it to the still knife to be the most stealthy.
Oh, welcome back, lady. She says as she gives a courteous bow in your direction. And you will see her
I was the bad kind.
I can see I did not accommodate proper furniture for all of you.
I mean, I can be my own couch.
I can just stand by a wall. It's fine.
That's fine. I know what my position is.
Wait.
As she see you walking behind Gaia, she gives a little smirk. As
I think
she
everybody does.
she walks over to the door, you see her open it, and you see her clap a couple of times out into the hallway. And she walks back in. And you see a skeleton carrying a tray walking in and sets it on the table carrying fresh bread, goblets, wine, and a little bit of salt in a bowl before it promptly turns around and stands by the door with its tray in a resting position.
Very well then. Although you're making the being a paladin job very difficult.
Oh, believe me, this is very ethical raising of bones left of people who I have brought the corpses from. No forceful brought back or stolen.
That it well, most doctorate doesn't really speak about the ethics of it and just says that it is not really great. Well, they use harsher words of that, but
I know you might understand it as diabolical, but there is no soul that is brought back. It is mere animation of the bones. No damage to the soul. It is merely a pile of bones brought back to life to give service yet again.
Mhm. Well, it is just I don't want to be left alone with them. It's basically it.
I
So
will
if I
make
break one by accident, I apologize.
It is fine. They are easily replaceable and repaired in case you do smash them. Though some of them are from people I do take kindly to from back in the day. So if you can restrain yourself, Sunsworn, I would be most applicable to resenting kind. But please do take for this small offering I bring to you as to show my hospitality to you.
Yes. She will take a drink and some bread. A little salt.
Guys will follow suit.
Mouse will do it as well. I bet. Well, yeah. I didn't mean to do it in Balthia's voice.
But you have nothing to fear from me or my service staff. We are but merely to take care of you while you stay here for a while, and then I will make sure to transport you wherever you wish to go afterwards.
And I think if you were someone we were to doubt in that regard, you would have had plenty of opportunities by now. I don't see why you'd wait to get into your own home before you started to poison us. Assuming you went that route.
Oh, believe me, if I wanted to get rid of you, I would have done it as soon as you were in the caravan, but I didn't, now did I?
Mhm.
Because I am repaying a debt. I am making sure that those who have a righteous cause and a just cause gets to where they need to be.
Very good.
But enjoy this little offering. I will make sure to bring other refreshments for you. And if anything, you can call on me and I shall be there with utmost haste to take care of any needs you might have need of. She will give a small bow again as she will turn and start walking out. As she walks over to the door, the skeleton opens the door for her and steps outside. And it closes the door behind her.
Yeah. First of all, how is everyone? You're settling in. Some of you have already taken your times.
I definitely feel very refreshed.
Yes, short bath did take some of the weariness out.
Indeed. So, we're here now. What's our next plan of action?
Recuperate? I don't know. What do you say, Domina? In this case?
We have no way to go but up from here.
Right.
You gonna still be looking to her for every answer once you're on the throne? Because
No.
unless you put a ring on it, I don't think she's gonna be very happy with that.
You see Gaius like instantaneously stutter a little bit before just clamming shut and just blushing.
You're gonna want to not have that kind of reaction in any setting either.
Michael, how can you make things much more awkward for the clearly? She looks at him. You know.
Young? Trying to say, "Hmm."
No, she realized that she was going too hard to.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Who's that directed at, Boyd?
You could just see Casey like tower or Gaius just giving this death glare out to the rest of the party. God.
It's like Amelia was like, young, that's the word, right? That's the word you meant to say, yes?
I
Mings-
didn't.
He's youthful.
Mings is just holding back a chuckle.
I was gonna say blatant crush, but I mean, yeah, youthful works, I guess.
I don't have that ported over from Uthmar, do I? Fuck.
What did you port over from Ufma?
Chunkla.
Ah.
Like
Who's
a little
that death glare pointed at, Void? Because if that's at Vikel, that shit ain't working.
No, it was
Mother-
pointed to guy. It was pointed to Gaius.
Why?
The intimidation glare was for all y'all making him embarrassed and shit.
Aw, you do like him.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You're gonna get yourself killed.
Why
I
do
don't
your
think it's
what
the
is your
chunkle
might?
anymore she's gonna throw. I think it's starting to be knives.
Mm-hmm.
Just knives.
Knives of returning.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You have a really impressive way of talking me out of making you something nice, boy.
I mean, gestures to his new equipment. I would worry about the others.
You are missing a very particular set. A set that every artificer should have. Anywho, if we are done berating the lad, it is true we don't really have much other than maneuvering out of the reach of the foes against him.
Yes.
Personally, I would prefer not to go towards the wildlands because it's only going to get worse from here.
And when it is time to, we need to get to the capital.
I'm
And having
afraid
to,
if... Sorry, please.
I was just going to say, having to, get our way back into the Empire would be very treacherous. Especially considering how much some of these people have had on us to lead, to plan our exit strategies. To know which way we're going.
What we need is more resources and backers. Right now, all he has to support his claim is us, the people in this room, one noble, a merchant who is tied to the criminal underworld, and a spy who, let's face it, is probably not very popular with others in his circles at the moment. The people we're working with have enough resources to pay the Black Legion to do their dirty work. Not to mention if any of them have ties to the military families. Then they might have the actual legions at their back. So, perhaps, we need to focus on getting resources now, and figure out the capital later. We can usurp a throne if necessary, but if we walk into the capital without anything or information on what's going on there, you're just going to get him killed. And then all of this is pointless.
Exactly why we bide our time.
Biding our time doing nothing, no offense, is not the move unless you have some...
It is not doing nothing. He needs education, experience, and intense preparation in order to even think about setting foot in the capital. The same as the rest of you if you're hoping to keep him protected. The other issue here is that, unfortunately, because the majority of you are not human, that is going to draw some horrible red flags. Some of you are better at hiding it than others. But it still stands. It's going to be an issue.
Is it? I'm pretty sure you're a noble, and I know at least 2 of us are branded.
Casually doesn't have a mark, that's fine.
Damn, that's crazy. Looney was never a slave.
I mean, I was almost a slave, but that, they case you for that not being a thing.
I mean, yes, you're not a slave, but you're still marked by a church. Like, most people are probably going to look at you, especially if you wear a holy symbol outside of your disguised form, and think that the church probably bought you. No offense, Lilith. But this is kind of the point in this empire's history that we're at. They don't respect 90% of the people in this room.
So are you talking to me or to Amalthea? Is it called Lilith? Okay.
Yeah, he's not doing the little guy
Oh.
voice, so he's probably talking above board.
There is a very simple solution to that. It's called those of us who cannot... I'll use the polite term, fit in, are not present when the time goes for him to start finding allies.
I have a dumb idea.
There's also a
If
very
we-
simple solution, if I may.
Yes, it's called utilizing human resources to make it look more respectable. Amalthea
Yes.
was going to pose something, though.
No, it's dumb. It doesn't. Okay. If you want to know, it's more of a levity. As I gave myself an adorable mental image. So, what we need is some kind of robe or trenchcoat, and then we could hide Michael by having Mouse sit on his head and pretend to be a tall person, like an adult person.
That's not happening, and if you try to put me in... If you try to put me in any kind of noble-fitting attire or servant's clothes, I will fight you tooth and claw.
Wait, you didn't get what I was doing. It was like two guys in a trench coat, right?
You had me stop our newcomer for this.
Yes, that's why I was. Don't mind me. I'll be quiet.
Good
now.
God.
I could throw a
Alright.
hammer at them if it makes you feel better.
No, I'd sooner throw a hammer at you for making guys uncomfortable. Now, as you were saying, dear woman, person, being,
That is me.
humanoid adjacent.
Yes. Even if we were to pass the others who can't exactly pass for human off as servants, they would still have to serve us despite where we go, so it's likely they would let them in too.
I hate to break it to you, but there's this terrible thing called security, and I can already hear the annoyance. Why does one need their entire entourage to just make a simple meeting? Nobles are such petty creatures.
Lightly gestures to Prince.
Case
Yeah.
in point, it will
Right.
look suspicious. Especially once they get an eyeful of... I hate to tell you this, Amalthea. Because our entourage does not possess one Gorgon. It possesses two. One for each arm, or other form of sarcasm. So-
Accessorize.
Accessorize, indeed. But that can be quite an issue. And that's even before we get over the fact that certain individuals are high on the kill list. Gestures to that side of the room.
You didn't gesture anyway.
What
I
is
guess
that?
you could-
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in the middle of
Big
making a latte right now. Yeah.
Point settling.
Sorry, guys. The player is making a latte. Sorry.
So,
I pass as human. Most people don't know that I am not human, so it should be good if I just wear.
your
Pale.
eyes are literally slit,
Okay.
That's not fucking normal.
I mean,
I love
The
that
fact
it's
that we
called
didn't get
suspicious.
questioned more in the last city is astounding to me.
Well,
People can't have slit eyes. That and I'm also
No.
an ASMR.
That's probably why you report some leniency. I'm so sorry, Miss was attempting to speak. Once again.
I mean, I think I'm decently fine. She quickly does a little spin.
Alright. A nice paycheck to pay, I suppose. Alright.
well,
And my tail's not always out.
if I may come with a suggestion,
By all means.
Listening intently.
we could try and meet with my grandfather.
What will that provide you?
It would eliminate one of the players on the board, as we discovered, as he is one of the claimants to the throne.
Or he just kills you.
That is the other worry.
I have a little more faith in him than that.
Hey,
And why would you have
Slight
faith
smirk.
in his grandfather?
Pretty sure his grandfather is very peeved at me.
I love my job.
And why would he be peeved at you?
You don't want to know.
You did him dirty.
I hate to break it to you, but you did bring it up. And so, since you are opening that lid, I suppose you let the cat out now before the jar magically breaks.
How do I do the thing, Boyd?
Oh, so there's this magical little button. It shows up on their side, so when you right click, there'll be a little person with a little circle going around it. That's the one that you click. And then it'll show the available icons to you.
Okay.
Bibbity
Since we're-
bobbity.
Since we're talking about this now, let's just get it over with. Yeah.
There's like a light widening of her eyes in surprise, but at the same time, she almost looks unfazed.
You're purple.
That
Yeah.
reaction is enough for me to get suspicious. So, yes, problem. Meet other problem.
Looks
Yes.
could be.
I apologize for my lackluster response, but I'm usually running around more as an emissary than a bodyguard.
And why would the emissary of this empire be perfectly calm around Faye?
I'm an emissary for peace.
Emissary for
considering
peace
who
does mean
we're-
nothing in the face of Faye. See how suspicious that sounds already?
Well, no. Wait. Are you Faye?
Vital stands
already
up
been.
and slaps Nero over the back of the head as
Nero's
hard
gonna
as possible.
I'm gonna retaliate if you do. So what are we doing here?
just
Hands are just in front
Yeah,
of concerned, like, how did you not notice?
He's a special type of. She is a
Oh,
special
shit.
type of stupid.
That's a critical
That's
hit. so
one
that
heck of a
becomes-
slap.
That becomes 2 bludgeoning plus my strength mod damage.
What?
You take.
Let's
I
go.
You take.
Bar for bar.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
You take
Ouch.
4 bludgeoning damage as you're smacked
you
over the back of the head.
And you take 8
Michael.
as you punched across the face.
Oh my god.
Vigel, as much as I appreciate your enthusiasm, could you not bludgeon the employees?
Would you please stop infighting?
Are you a special type of stupid Nero?
I did not notice, regardless.
Oh,
Because,
Well,
you
Why
know.
the fuck you doing 16, motherfucker? It
Oh,
is-
wait, shoot.
It's
It's
supposed to
2
be
plus
8.
your
My
strength,
bad.
bud.
It's 2 plus my strength. I got a nat 20 as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
but you
usually
don't
1.
cover
it. Oh, okay.
You're
Oh,
not
so
a
that's
monk.
2 plus. Oh, that's
Jesus.
6 damage then.
She blatantly raises her wings and it's like, what part of this? Oh my god.
Oh, no, I thought Minx was a Fae, not Lute.
No,
I hate to break it to you,
distinctly
but
not
her
a
behavior.
fae.
Yes, but your
Anyways.
behavior is making you all the more suspicious.
I'm
I,
just gonna quickly.
I said what I said because it isn't the first time I've been face to face with a fae. That's all.
Well,
Mhm.
if
That's all it
is- I was gonna also point out the fact she also does it like kind of linkedly points at herself is that I'm also not an ordinary type of fae. I'm kind of just a person of peace, more or less of the time.
And we should just get along just fine.
Yeah, I'm just a monk here for humanitarian reasons.
I am Fae royalty. Yeah.
Yes.
All the more reason why you shouldn't be here.
Yes. How
Drugs.
have you still not known that? Anyways, you are a special. No.
I
Yeah.
knew you were a Fae. I thought Minx was a Fae.
I'm not even
that's
talking
on me.
about that.
Oh.
Just Silencio on you, please, Silencio. Casey, do you have like a spell of silence or something?
I'm not
But
going to be
no, I am
silencing
not a
my
fae.
employee from speaking their opinion. Their conduct is suspicious, especially in the face of how other Imperials tend to act around Fae. That was my issue.
I was referring to Nero.
Nero is young at heart and can be prone to foolishness. I'm not going to fault them for their enthusiasm. But I will fault them for striking my apprentice. What the fuck was that?
Your apprentice struck them and they retaliated.
Yes, because Nero was shaping themselves.
Anyways, the name's Looney, and just letting you know that I mean no harm.
I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
I was just hoping to add a little less stain to the Fae name.
Don't worry, I am more comfortable around Fae than most who would be considered my coworkers. Coworkers.
If
I didn't hire you.
I didn't say you did.
If we could get back to the relevant topic of where we sit now, that
Okay.
might be more pertinent.
We are stuck in the middle of flux. If we go to the grandfather, we risk his safety. If we go towards the wilds, we risk his safety. That is a problem. Fighting very well.
Permission to speak freely. Quite frankly,
Fine.
at my point from earlier still stands. You need to focus on getting people in his corner and not in the others vying for the throne. Most of us should not be there when this happens. I have a suggestion that would do two things. Get us far away from here, and depending on how successful we are, take a lot of money out of people who are probably funding our rivals. Either way, it gets most of us out of here while you have time to wheel and deal with the people of higher society while Brutus gathers information.
I'm afraid that's a problem. Since you weren't here in the beginning, allow me to enlighten you. They stained my name as well. I can't go out there gathering resources without making myself a horrifying target and drawing attention to him.
That's why you're staying here, and the rest of us are going. You need to be here to make sure he doesn't make a fool of himself around other nobility. We don't have to be. That was my point of bringing up why some of us might be problematic to have around right now.
Well, I know it is certainly a lot to ask for any amount of trust since we've just met. I will point out that I am of a noble house,
Yes.
and my name has not been stained.
I do not trust this immediately.
I
No.
understand that.
Convenience is not a kindness here. It just makes you look even more like a predator.
Yes, but the only reason I am here is to protect him. Points to the prince.
Until the Iron Council tells me of such, I am disinclined to agree.
Considering they are those who hired me.
Documentation and paperwork, please.
I would have that, wouldn't I?
You would have a small little sigil you can have in your
Okay,
inventory.
then. I'll go ahead and pull that out.
I lost one.
Then you will do so out of fieldwork. His education and upbringing is still mine.
Of course.
Speaking of, back to what I was saying, if you want to strike a place that is far enough away from here to keep any attention away from him, while also potentially taking resources out of the pockets of our rivals, I know a place that has both in plenty, and I have personal scores against. How many of you are familiar with the Preening Eagle?
Do we roll a history for that or anything?
Sure. Just to also for me to refresh, that's the trade post you originate from, correctly?
It is the very well placed and wealthy. I say trade post. It's probably by this point more a small town on the road where a lot of the legions and merchants stop.
Oh damn! I don't know shit about it.
The name doesn't strike you, Looney?
Nope.
Um,
A 17 from Alfia. Amalfi, you would have. You know it quite well because you have actually used it for some of the smaller crusades. I'm saying that very literally. You have been out on to clear out infestations of either monsters, banditry, rogue legionnaires, or other such things.
Didn't go great last time.
You know, it's a den of sin and depravity, but a lot of coin does flow through it, either through slave trade, prostitution, and goods, both legal and illegal.
What part of the year would you say this is? Are we like late summer, early autumn? Are we close to winter?
It would be the end of summer.
We're
And
entering
Autumn.
fall, which means we're entering autumn, which means soon will be the harvest. The Preening Eagle happens to have one of the largest non-city centered festivals in the Empire, notable enough that a lot of nobility, merchants, a lot of nobility and merchants are going to be attending for all services.
you
We
mean
hit them during the,
through Antumnia's first harvest festival. Is that the one you're talking about?
the very same.
I do know about harvests, though. It's just not the same as yours, it seems like.
No. But if we hit while that festival is happening, we have the chance to do quite a lot of damage to people who could be putting money in the wrong pockets. It also, and this might just be my bias speaking, gives us the chance to liberate quite a heavy number of slaves that can then be trained as soldiers. Or others with skills like mine. We have the potential to solve multiple problems in one go. Giving Cassia and Gaius time to gather allies by more reputable means. Or irreparable. I don't know how you plan to deal with nobility.
With the same hands they're used to. Concealed ones.
Does this plan work for you?
I hate to see you leave, because you bring me safety, but I can also understand that this needs to be done.
You have probably your two best chances of survival still staying here.
Yes.
People drastically underestimate Cassian. They don't know what a dangerous person looks like, but that's because most people are idiots. Or full of themselves.
Or just simply don't care.
Yes,
That is typically.
that's called an idiot.
Mhm.
Yes, one would have to be a fool to underestimate anyone.
Those who have played the game long enough understand a predator when they see one. It's those that are gluttonous sow that don't seem to understand. They are prey. Your plan is sound, even if I despise it. But what are you lot going to do? Work in conjunction with this young lady here to try to acquire resources?
It could work, but I should point out that I think some of us are still made by those who, like, were known servants of yours.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been here long enough.
I don't know if they would pay well enough attention to my collections. The only one that made a name for themselves is dead, as far as they're concerned.
You hear the door open and you see Brutus standing in, and yes,
He's got proper art.
I got
Oh,
proper art
no.
for him.
He's a dude now. He's not a
Go!
He's a real boy, not a Skyrim knockoff.
He's a trans man. Let's go.
God fucking
Okay.
damn it.
God damn it.
Needs more representation.
Damn it! God. He walks over to you, Minx, first off. He glances at you, stares at you, and he gives a nod.
She'll simply nod back. Just the slow, oh.
Council.
I have received news. Came with bird.
If you want to discuss this openly, I suppose now's as good a time as any.
You would see him deflate a little bit, getting a sour look.
Brutus.
I think some of us should step out.
No, it's fine. I am sorry, my prince, but word just got to me that the place your mothers were staying at has been hit. I am sorry, my boy.
For my own thing, could you repeat that? What you just said?
I'm
He just
So-
said the safe house his mother was staying at got
God damn.
hit.
Correct me if I'm wrong. How many of your safe houses does that make at this point?
This is the fourth one in a row that has been hit. I don't know how they do this, because You see him pausing for a moment. And you would see his scowl deepen. You can see the veins bulging on his head. You
Counsel?
see him getting proper pissed.
Before you faint, could you perhaps divulge your thought?
For this is not mere chance. It's as if they know everything we have planned, which is only possible if it's from someone inside the council itself who has divulged information directly into whoever is orchestrating this.
So one or more of your cohorts has picked a side, and it's not yours.
No, not necessarily. It can also be that.
I'm going to ask a very cruel question. Who knows that you're here?
Repeat the question.
Who knows
Who
that
knows
he's here?
that you're here?
I have not responded to any communique that we have arrived at this location at all, because the last 2 times it has happened, I have committed to not staying in a communique.
Let us assume they hunt as I do. Where was the last location you got a bird?
Just when we left the settlement.
Which one?
The one we found slaughtered, Cassia. Just before we arrived. And that's why I have not been present. I have been decoding said letters I had received by bird. But I have not sent anything back. If that's what you're worried about.
I do not think you would have the heart to betray him. I think it is someone closer. Someone who is likely managing the birds. Utilizing that as a trajectory to put forth a idea of the nearest safe houses you're likely to go to next. And then from there, systematically eliminating them, so that way the man has no escape.
If they have truly infiltrated... Fuck! It can also
No.
be one...
Sorry to interrupt, but if they have control of the messages, they could be feeding you information to try and get you to act in a specific way.
That is exactly my concern.
Fine. We will take this news as if speculation till anything is confirmed then.
Yes.
It's always good to confirm.
But I cannot confirm by bird if our communication link truly is. I would need to consult with a mage.
Better. Indeed.
And we have
After
someone
all-
in that in our employ now, don't we?
Last I checked, we do not. So,
Well,
no.
that was the Gollum guy. The goddamn Gollum guy,
Oh.
yes.
The sad one.
The new one that cowered like a baby when I hit it with my sword, yes.
The Magus might have an idea. Unless you hired another. Of which, according to the paperwork, you hired this one, who's already suspicious. Do you not background check the people you employ?
Yes, we vet every agent.
Very
thoroughly.
good. Do you know what their experience is with Fae?
Yes.
Tell me then.
She has been leading 5 attempts at peace negotiation, or at least a ceasefire with the Fae.
And do you know why that is dangerous?
Not my department, but it is needed.
You are cunning. You know why this would be a dangerous association with him. It makes him look like a sympathizer, and they're not going to take him very seriously. Do you see my issue now?
Yes.
Utilize her connections if you must. I do believe she is quite capable, especially with that smirk. But keep in mind, the hatred of the Empire is still red. Part of the reason why a good deal of individuals end up in my employ. They can't be touched if they're seen as property.
I know. I will talk with Lady Vita about if she knows any dependable mages in the area. And to make sure if there's anything else that we might need, she can supply us with.
If you plan on repurposing that coward and his associate, you are free to take them off my hands. Though the Golomancy will be sadly missed, as my apprentice seemed to be very insistent on learning.
But I need to learn from him. He's a second-rate Golomancer. Give me a week and the right tools, and I could probably build something that trumps his.
Exactly my point. Study his magics, study the runes, study the structures, and then surpass. It's not that hard, lad. Also, you will need to be outfitted with the proper tools. Your excuses are weighing heavily on my soul. My apologies again, Council. Any other news?
We have managed to gain a few extra senators involved for a case, and a couple more of the lower houses that before was neutral to be more aligned with our faction.
And how do we know they can't be bought or cowardly in the face of safe houses getting destroyed?
That I cannot truly answer, because again, I am but 1 out of 13.
Understandable.
But if anything, I'm a little bit afraid that it might be, if we truly have been betrayed by someone from the council, I'm a little bit afraid that it might be one of the senators who has a seat.
They would have the most to lose, especially when it comes to a fat purse.
But I will, with magic, contact some of my closest compatriots and listen in of what they have heard, and then I will make sure that if we have been betrayed, those who have will be purged.
Happy mole hunting, I suppose. And what would you like going forward for these lovely lot?
I mean, I can tell him my plan again.
Beginning to suspect we should write it down at this point. But
He
they
pulls
are
out.
suggesting.
He pulls out a sheet of a scroll of parchment that he did not have previously.
The apprentice has come up with a plan. Unfortunately, I don't like it, but it does have merit. It allows these individuals to work in the field, while I see to his education and hold him in secrecy here for a time.
I guess in this case, he's going to hand the parchment with what is written over to Brutus. And then walk back to his little seat.
I don't know what you plan on busying them with, but I do hope that whatever you do elect to do, it builds them, not breaks them.
He will walk over and take a look at your plans.
Oh no, I walked over and handed it to him.
Yeah, I was a little bit distracted for a second. I had something I needed to answer on, and
E.
Oh. Nope. To Discord. Have a moment.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything that you guys said for like the last 10 minutes, apparently.
What?
That's weird.
I also had like a spike of like complete silence for like 2 seconds. Like, what happened?
Whatever it is, it's
People
not
were
gonna be
actually
pretty.
quiet.
I was just sitting here being like, why is no one talking?
We have been talking, and
I just saw Winkle move all of a
It's
sudden, like,
us.
okay, they're still alive.
it's a solid plan, but I would rather not have the prince's safety brought into question by you diverging from him. But I do see the merit in it. I might have other assets I can contact or have something akin to this being ahead unless you want to do it yourselves.
I
Because
haven't played.
your
Oh, sorry.
duty, first and foremost, is to the prince, and if you start gallivanting off to do other business than keeping him safe, are you really doing your job?
They're gathering resources for him.
May I
Oh,
just
so
say something? I'm.
speak.
Do pardon me, but I'm not sure how many unwanted ears are possibly listening, if any. But should we come up with something different to call him, to address his status without, saying it.
Yes, I was actually going to ask how to address you. Nods to the prince.
Because we don't want the unnecessaries finding him. So, maybe a different name, this address his status as maybe Ruby.
He has
we-
already given an alias.
Yes, I know the alias, but I'm saying his title. Should we say something other than Your Highness?
His title should never have been brought up in proper conversation.
Oh,
So,
You may call me Alexandros when we are outside of private room and conversation. Or
Looney
Alex.
will look slightly embarrassed, being like,
Understood.
I'm not good with long names. Do you have a shorter one?
Yes, you can call me Alex or Alexandros.
I'll stick to the Alex. Thank you. Okay, continue.
So, anyways, what was the Iron Council's ideal on the thought on the plans he was handed?
Didn't he say it had merit, but he didn't think it was wise to have us leave Alex?
Yes, but that puts us in the same problem that we were just talking about. Logistically speaking, our characters cannot be here. That is going to cause a lot of problems, and even if people come here and say they are willing to work with us, they're still going to be inclined to find other ways to get what they want. We cannot be here. There is also other reasons that I'm not going to bring up because we're not on stream of why it doesn't make sense for our characters to be here for a bit.
I think we're gonna need to pause the stream real quick.
Yeah.
I think that might behoove us all.
I don't.
We will be right back.
Ask and you shall receive.